Today's video is for middle school teachers. We're going to talk about the high school application process and how you can help your students and yourself navigate it without feeling like you're drowning. Hey guys, it's the student support coach here, and I am your guide to applying to high school. So teachers, the high view of this process, if you're a seasoned middle school teacher, especially an 8th grade teacher, you know this, the students are looking at schools, visiting them, and applying. They receive decisions in late February and early March, and within these basic steps, there are parts that you as a teacher can really help with. One of the first things I tell students is that they need to know a little bit about themselves. I love to play soccer. I spend my free time drawing. I can't wait to get home after school and just read quietly. Just a few examples. Knowing these things though can really help them find schools that match their interests. Some students will struggle with this process because they aren't able to step back and look at themselves yet, especially in September when we're asking them to do this. But as their teacher, you have a unique perspective to offer because you see them every day doing what they love. You hear them talking to their friends, you see them at recess, you may even coach them on their sports team or even teach them an elective. Being a mirror for them, helping them see what they don't, is a very powerful role that you can play. The next thing that happens is they start going on visits and sometimes missing a lot of classes. This can make it difficult for them to keep up with assignments and for you teachers to plan lessons. But knowing this in advance can help you set them up for success by creating classroom and homework assignments that are really easy to follow if they have to do it at home. And if you can swing it in between recess duties, regular weekly makeup sessions are super helpful. Some students handle the added stress of the high school application process well, and others don't handle it as well. Be understanding if students need to take a mental health day and help them to create a manageable work schedule so they can keep up with everything. Besides, these things will help them be better students when they're with you. You can also remind them that it's only for a short time and they're learning time management skills that they will put to use in high school. Most importantly, assure and reassure them that you are there to support them. Small words of encouragement go a really long way in boosting their confidence, which is something they're going to need to navigate this fall season with success. Pro tip: during fall conferences, ask parents for their visit and interview schedule and make a calendar for yourself. They may also be planning trips for November and December during the break, so it wouldn't help to know in advance when you can expect a virtually empty classroom. Also, at this point, parents do have some flexibility to make adjustments in those interview schedules as more and more slots open, so you can remind them to plan their visits and interviews thoughtfully so that students minimize the disruptions to their classes. Are you finding value in this content? Let me know. Click the like button. It also helps my channel grow. And if you subscribe and turn on notifications, you'll get a reminder when I release the next video in the series. The most intensive part of the process is the application itself, as it has several parts, including the recommendation, the essay, and the interview. If you're an 8th grade math or English teacher, you'll be required to write a recommendation. Students can also request another teacher who knows them really well to provide another character reference, if you will. So even if you don't teach math or English, you might need to write a recommendation. I've got another pro tip for you. Make a chart with the due dates of the recommendations you've been asked to write so you don't get overwhelmed with recommendations and progress reports because they can be due right around the same time. Most schools require students to submit a sample of their writing in the form of an essay. It gives the school an opportunity to hear the student speak in their own voice, and it provides a window into their personality. Students can get really nervous about getting this right, so it's helpful if it's woven into their curriculum somehow. Giving the students an opportunity to write a first-person essay about themselves will give them an essay they can use directly for the application, or it will give them experience and the skill set to write another one for their application. At this point, sometimes parents can get a little too involved in the process, and the student ends up with a college-level essay with words like therefore and in conclusion. So I cannot stress enough that students can really benefit from having a second pair of eyes read over their essay before they submit their application. The other component you can support is the interview. I think of all the aspects of the process, this one can be the most nerve-wracking for students because because they may not be comfortable speaking in front of the class, let alone a strange admissions officer. In some schools, they have someone or even a team of people to support 8th grade students through this process because it's a big job to properly prepare students, especially for the interviews. And as teachers, you already have so much on your plate. So simply understanding that students may have anxiety about upcoming interviews, having compassion for that, and reminding them that you believe in them can go a really long way and is so super helpful. The other thing is that some interviews may be virtual, so students may want to do it at school so they don't miss a whole day. In that case, you can help make sure they have a quiet, undisturbed space to do it in. I know the high school application process can add a whole other layer to the tasks and responsibilities of your already heavy workload. But with a bit of planning, you can save yourself some stress in the moment. I hope this video has been a valuable resource to those of you who are new to the process and those of you who are seasoned vets. Are there any other videos you'd like to see? Do you have any strategies for navigating application time? Let me know in the comments. Share them with your fellow teachers. And if you know someone who could benefit from the information in this video, please share it with them. I'll see you next time.